Okay, so let me paint this picture for you. I'm sitting at my desk like any other day. I'm 10 years, 10, into a career that I've given everything to. And I mean literally everything. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like an outer body experience, myself was looking at myself saying, ma'am, we're done here. This is it. In that moment, I felt like I was going to pass out. Not from running a race, not from doing anything dramatic, from sitting still, from just being in my classroom. And that was the moment I realized the check had finally bounced and I was overdrawn for a while. Today, I'm here to tell you exactly what happened, what I walked away from, what I jumped into with no type of safety net, and why the people who love me most thought I had lost my mind. Okay, so for 10 years, I was a high school English teacher. Before you think this is a video about someone who hated their job, that's not the case. I loved my students. They weren't the problem. I was. One of my problems was that I was spending countless hours grading, overly exerting myself. And at high school, if you know anything about that time period, not only do you need to be present academically, you need to be present as a compassionate individual. And I cared so much to the point where that gets pretty draining. And you know, that's just how I'm built. If I want to do something, if I'm going to commit to it, I'm going to go all out when I do it. But here's the part of the job description that no one tells you about: the invisible tax. Every single day, you pour out emotionally, mentally, and teaching can be a physically daunting job, guys. And in this case, the system just kept holding out its hands and asking for more. And the pay, don't even get me started on the pay. So here's what happens when you keep giving to a system that doesn't pour back into you the same way. Your body keeps score. And we all know that when the body's ready to shut down and collect that debt, it's not going to consult with you. So I started to get sick and I was not bouncing back. I would wake up exhausted before my feet even touched the floor. Headaches, chest pain, that kind of tired, no amount of sleep can fix. Because at that point, it's not about the rest. It's about depletion. And still, I showed up because that's what I do. Because quitting felt like failure to me. Because from the outside, I had exactly what I was supposed to have: a stable job, benefits, a career that had purpose. What more could I ask for, right? At least that's what I thought. Until this one day, I'm sitting at my desk, planning period. Lesson plans done. If you know, you know. Productive and dedicated teacher. That's what I was. But at that point, it felt like the ground just shifted underneath my feet. My vision, my body, everything started feeling really heavy all at once. And my very first thought in that moment was not, I'm not okay. It was, I can't let the kids see me like this. That moment, I had to be honest and real with myself, guys. Not about teaching, about my life, about what I was actually building for myself, and whether that building was building me up or if it was actually breaking me. So I made a decision. I was gonna start my journey to go into real estate. I mean, on HGTV, David made it look cool, so I could do it too, right? Yeah, no. So I had no plan B. I was all in, doing this full time. No backup, no safety nets, just jumping in, and I would figure it out on the way down. So when I told my family, of course, the people who love me, they thought I had lost my mind, guys. 10 years, to them, I had thrown 10 years away of a successful career. Benefits, stability. These are things that my family know all too well you don't take for granted. A pension, something that's guaranteed. Well, what seems to be guaranteed. And from where they were sitting, I had that already. I had it all. But from where I was sitting, I was disappearing slowly, quietly, and in a way that looked like dedication from the outside, but inside, some sort of erosion was taking place. And no paycheck, no matter how stable it was worth that. It got to a point where I was almost becoming a version of myself that I didn't recognize anymore. So I chose me, and I didn't look back. Now let me be clear about something, okay? Because I need you to understand the type of person that you're dealing with. I did not float into real estate on a wish and a prayer. I literally jumped in with both feet, and I figured it out with the help of some people along the way. But no safety net, no guarantee, no roadmap was handed to me. Same work ethic that had me in the classroom when everyone else wanted to be home, when I would stay up reviewing work and being available for my students and their families, I carried that over with me into this industry. I studied, I learned, I made mistakes, and I kept going because that's the only way to do anything. Failing forward. And I took everything that teaching gave me. 10 years of attention to detail, of meeting people exactly where they're at, and making complicated feel manageable. And I brought every single piece of that with me on this real estate journey. Because those skills didn't belong to teaching, they belong to me, and they transfer to any industry. Am I going to sit here and tell you that it's been a smooth ride? Absolutely not, okay? Because nothing is perfect, but I am committed to making it Pearlfect. And there is a difference. So I built Pearlfect View on one major belief: that people deserve a real estate agent who is actually gonna bet on themselves, who knows what a hard decision feels like because they've experienced it themselves, who's not going to overpromise you something just to get your signature on a contract. I'm going to show up for my clients the same way that I showed up for my students and their families, the same way that I showed up in the classroom, committed, dedicated every single day with everything I have. Except now I get to get paid as the professional that I am and help people acquire wealth. If you're relocating to Central Florida, looking for a home near Disney, in a community that fits the life that you've worked really hard for, I want you to think about the type of agent that you deserve. Someone who actually understands, and then you come and find me. So if any part of this story felt familiar, if you've ever bet on yourself when no one else would, drop it in the comments. I want to hear about it. Every single comment on this page gets read. Oh, and of course, subscribe, because next time I'm gonna tell you what I found out when I actually got into real estate. And let me just say, it's not exactly what DIY TV and HGTV made it out to be. Hi there, I'm Dawn Reese McKinney with the Funk Collection, broker by eXp Realty. If you made it to the end of the video, awesome, so happy that you joined me. But make sure you find time to like and subscribe the video and share it with a friend. I look forward to connecting and possibly even helping you relocate to Central Florida. Take care. See you around.